Hi, my name is Denise Furr, and I teach honors chemistry at Wakefield High School, and I'm going to walk you through how I run my class. This is my syllabus. I sent this out through a link, so you probably should have received this by now, but if you didn't receive it or if you need me to send it to you again, just let me know and I'll be glad to send you a link for this. My email address is the best way to get in contact with me. I will respond to you within 24 hours. I have a website for parents, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. I'll walk you through what's available on that website. My office hours are after school any day but Monday, but I do expect that students will let me know ahead of time if they need to meet with me because I often have meetings or other obligations. So scheduling it ahead of time is going to be the best way for students to do that. I use Canvas for a learning management system, and I'm going to walk you through my Canvas site in just a few minutes as well so you can see what resources are available to students. You don't need to do the remind. That is for me to contact students and to send out messages to entire classes at one time, but I will be using talking points, and it's basically a way for me to text with you, with parents, and you don't even have to do anything. I already have your phone numbers, and it'll send it directly to the numbers that are listed in the system for our school. You can download the app if you want the texting app for talking points, but you don't have to. We also use a calculator for this class, but you don't need to purchase one. If you already have one that the student likes to use, they can bring it to class. We'll use it the second half of this course. But I have plenty of backups in the classroom, so if someone needs to use one of mine, they're welcome to do that as well. We will be using a reference packet which has all kinds of equations and the periodic table and values that they're going to need throughout the semester, and I am going to print it and give a copy to each student. But if they happen to lose it, they can print it out again from this link. You can also see the essential outcomes for the class. Classroom expectations are usually, I don't have to worry too much about behavior for this class because honors chemistry students, they usually work pretty hard for me. So I'm hoping that that will be the case this semester as well. It is expected that they behave in an appropriate manner during class, that they keep their cell phones put away, and that they give me their attention when I'm trying to teach to them. It is a problem-solving based class, and so I will lecture about 20 minutes most days, 20 to 30 minutes, but the rest of the time we'll be spending solving problems either in groups if we're doing activities or doing individual practice work. So it is important that they try the problems themselves. It's not really a memorization class, and the only way to understand how to solve the problems is just to practice it and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So sometimes they might have homework if they didn't finish the problems in class, and some days if they work hard in class, they should be able to get most of it done during the class period. We use a 10-point scale for letter grades, and you can see the weights here. We are using the school weights of classwork, homework, tests, and quizzes. If students earn lower than an 80 on the test, they can recover some of the points, but they do need to do some remediation first. There's an exam remediation form they have to complete, and then they can take a retest, which is composed only of short answer questions. For my test this year, just as a side note, I am doing the same thing that we did last year where we're going to have all open note quizzes and tests. And we're doing this for a couple of reasons. One is because chemistry, like I said, is not a memorization class. And so just having their notes doesn't mean they have the answers to the test. They have to be able to solve the problems. And if they didn't practice doing that in class, having their notes is not going to help them on the test. And also it allows us to allow for individual students on case-by-case basis to take the test at home if needed. Due to COVID, we kind of have stretched how we teach and how we do things, and this way, if a student has been out of school for 2 weeks because they're struggling with a medical emergency or something, they can take the tests at home and use their notes, and it's still fair to all the students in the class who are also using their notes. And you would think that everyone gets 100 on the test if they have their notes, but like I said, they don't. It's a problem-solving based class, and so they still have to know how to solve the problems. You can see these are the different topics that we're going to be studying, and I'll keep you updated on this throughout my website as well. You can also read about the makeup work and late policies if you do have a student who happens to have an emergency when they're out for a long period of time. And you can read the late policy that we have for honors classes as well. Before we finish, I wanted to show you just a few more sites This is my Canvas site, and this is what students will use throughout the whole semester. The way that I set this up, so first of all, students will see just a little bit different. They won't have all of these options over here, but they will have the option of modules. And when you click on this, you can see that it's laid out kind of like an outline based on unit. So for example, this is our first big unit. It's called Atomic Theory. And I have a different page here for each day that we go through. So this is what we're going to do on Friday, September 2nd. This is what we'll do on Tuesday, September 6th, Wednesday, September 7th. So the benefit of this is that when students are absent from class, they don't have to ask me, what did we do in class, or what's my makeup work? All they have to do is to go to Canvas and click on the day that they missed. So if they missed Tuesday, September 6th, they're going to click on this date. And what happens is it'll open up a page that has everything that they need from that class period. So it has a video right here of me teaching the lesson. It's not just a video that I found online. It's actually me with the exact words that I used during class. I just recorded myself as doing a video in addition to teaching during class. So this is the same lecture they would have heard if they were in class. So if they have their notes, they can take notes while they watch the video. They can also try some problems. Now, most of the units, they're going to get a worksheet packet, and they'll just work on that throughout the unit. So if they've already received the worksheet packet, this will tell them which worksheets to work on. If they happen to not receive that, if they're missing the first day of the unit and they haven't received it, I have some practice problems here they can do and some answers that they can check to see if they're on the right track. And then at the bottom is a summary of what they need to do for that day. So if they missed class, these are the things that they need to accomplish. And if they do that, when they come back to class, they will be completely caught up with the rest of the class and they won't have any makeup work. So this is really beneficial for students who miss a class. It's also beneficial if they're having an emotional week and they just can't pay attention during class and they sit there and they zone out when I'm teaching and then they go home and they didn't hear anything that I said and now they're falling behind in chemistry. They can get caught back up by going to their room where they have some quiet space and working on chemistry on their own. So hopefully this will be helpful to them. This is also where they'll take their quizzes and tests. There's some activities that we'll do through here where they'll do the activity. Let me see if I can find one. So we will do in a build an atom simulation. We'll do this through Canvas as well. And Canvas also connects to PowerSchool, which will collect their grades for them. So just for an example, the build an atom simulation, just so you can see some of the things that we do with modern technology now in chemistry, it's really amazing that we can experiment with things like atoms when we couldn't before because they're just so small. So this is a simulation to help students learn about atoms. And they use this during an activity before I even teach about the atom so that they can experiment with it themselves and kind of learn about it themselves before they hear me lecture about it. So they can click on these and drag them, and just putting these in the atom, you can see that the protons and neutrons are going to be in the center of the atom. They don't know it's called the nucleus yet, but we'll learn that. And you can see that every time I put an electron in, it won't go into the center, it's going to go into the ring. So now they have learned, just by doing this activity, the location of these subatomic particles. They also will see quickly that electrons, you can't just put as many as you want in these rings, that you can only put 2 in this first ring, and then they start to go to the outside. It won't let me put another one in the second ring. So they start to see that there's certain numbers of electrons that can go in the ring. They also are seeing this word negative ion. What is that? Well, let me see how that changes. If I change some protons, now I can make it one more. Neutral. Well, why is this neutral? And they have to figure out that it's because the protons are balancing out the electrons. What if we put an extra proton? Now it's become positive. So they're starting to learn that these charges are the relationship between the particles. So this is a really beneficial simulation that they can kind of learn from it on their own. And let's see, the last thing I wanted to show you is my website that you will see if you want to go to my website and see some of the information that I have here. This is primarily for parents. All the general information is here again, so there's a link to the syllabus. You can see my contact information. There's some information I can gain from you, so if I need to contact you, although I have most of your information through PowerSchool, and a little bit about me. But the main thing that you will click on for this is up here. If you click on the chemistry tab, you have two options, assignments and messages. So for the assignments, every week on Thursday, I update the assignments for the next week. So if your student says, oh, I don't have any homework, we don't have any tests this week, there's nothing going on, and you just want to check on that, you can go to the assignments and say, wait a minute, on Monday, you should be doing worksheets 7 through 9. Did you finish those in class, or do you need to work on those tonight? You can also see that we're going to have a test on Thursday, so you can check on that. This is from last semester. I haven't updated it yet for this semester, but you can see kind of what kind of things are happening. You can see if projects are due and any kind of assignments. You also could click on the messages link, and this is an accumulation of all of the emails that I send to parents. So once a week, I will update this with an email that I would send to parents and send you a link to this through Talking Points to remind you that I've updated this, and you can see what we did the past week. You can see what we're going to do the next week. You can see any important dates, things that are coming up, even school important dates I've tried to put here, the end of the quarter or something. There's some more school updates here. And anytime Mr. Bazell tells us that we need to update parents about something, I'll make sure that I put it in this newsletter. And again, I'll update this weekly and send a remind message to you through Talking Points to make sure that you have that information. And that's pretty much it about my class and the resources that I use, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Don't hesitate to send me an email and I'll be glad to respond to you. Thank you.